What is going on, everybody? My name is Caden Rare from Heel Heat Studios, and we are just a week away from the Royal Rumble officially happening. The road to WrestleMania will officially begin in just a week, and the 2018 Royal Rumble match is again all up in the air. We have no idea who can win. We have guys like Shinsuke Nakamura, Dolph Ziggler, even Daniel Bryan is even one of the favorites to win, and really either one of those three would be a perfect choice to win the Royal Rumble match. However, in the Royal Rumble match's history, there have been some very questionable winners and decisions with the outcome of this match, and I thought I would take it upon myself, considering we are just a week away, to give all of you my 10 worst Royal Rumble match winners in WWE history. Number 10, Hacksaw Jim Duggan in 1988. Now, I'm not taking anything away from Hacksaw Jim Duggan. He is one of the most entertaining, popular, and really the most iconic superstars in the WWE's history. Yes, that is a very questionable statement, but just believe me and don't question it. Considering this is the very first Royal Rumble and there wasn't a lot of significance with the event yet, and considering the stipulation of the winner goes on to WrestleMania for a championship match was not in existence then I don't really have an issue with Duggan winning this match, but at the same time, considering it is the first Royal Rumble match and you kind of want to show at least some significance, you would think that you would have a more prominent and big name talent win the very first Royal Rumble match, considering it is historic looking at it now, but seeing Duggan winning the first and him being a mid-carder for the majority of his career just seems like a joke, but you know, considering it was the first and there wasn't a lot of significance, that is why Duggan is only number 10 on my list. Number 9, Big John Studd in 1989. The year after Hacksaw Jim Duggan won the very first Royal Rumble, Big John Studd came out on top in 1989. And again, the stipulation of the winner goes on to WrestleMania for a championship match did not exist, so there wasn't a lot of significance. But again, they picked the wrong guy. Now, Big John Studd was a very great, mean, badass heel in the WWE during his time, but considering that there wasn't significance, he was really not looked at as a main event guy, and considering he went on to WrestleMania, wasn't even in a match, he was a special guest referee, this was kind of another slap in the face. I mean, they could have picked a big name guy, a better name guy, again, like Hacksaw Jim Duggan in his situation, to win this Royal Rumble match, but they didn't. And again, that is why Big John Studd is on this list. Number 8, Sheamus in 2012. Now, in my opinion, the 2012 Royal Rumble match is one of the worst in the company's history. The lack of star power in this match was absolutely insane. There was zero main event guys. Really, I can only name a few main event guys on my hand, and that is Chris Jericho, Dolph Ziggler, I guess the Big Show maybe, and Sheamus. The amount of mid-card and lower-card guys in this Royal Rumble match was incredible and just really disappointing. In Sheamus winning this match, I did not have an issue with it, but he was just someone the WWE never believed in. If they had some bigger name guys in this match, then this would be an incredibly different outcome and story being told, because Sheamus's match, it just felt lackluster, it just didn't feel right. And considering Chris Jericho was booked to originally win this Royal Rumble match, it goes to show that they didn't really believe in Sheamus to begin with, and for that reason, he's one of my worst winners. Number 7, Lex Luger in 1994. The 1994 Royal Rumble match was very confusing and intriguing because it had two winners. Lex Luger and Bret the Hitman Hart were dubbed as co-winners of the Royal Rumble match, and this was supposed to be Lex Luger's shining and crowning moment as the top guy in WWE. During his time, Vince McMahon saw Lex Luger as the next Hulk Hogan due to his patriotism gimmick and his size and strength and body building techniques, but it just did not ever work because the fans just never believed in Lex Luger. He wasn't anything special, and considering how that WrestleMania was supposed to be his big moment, and instead it was given to Bret the Hitman Hart instead, It just goes to show that all the work and effort put into Luger and having him share a Royal Rumble match victory with the iconic Bret Hart just goes to show that it just wasn't right. Number 6, Rey Mysterio in 2006. Now I love Rey Mysterio, but the circumstances behind this Royal Rumble win were just sickening, honestly. The only reason Rey Mysterio won this Royal Rumble match is because the WWE was in a time of exploiting the death of Eddie Guerrero, and they wanted to have a feel-good moment, but at the same time, they wanted to make money off this feel-good moment, and that is the only reason why Mysterio won. The fans knew that Mysterio was going to be a favorite. The fans knew Mysterio was going to have a big night, but they did not expect Mysterio to actually win, and considering he entered the match at, number 2 and lasted over an hour, that just goes to show that they absolutely only did this, and they had Mysterio, they had him pull out this great performance because of Eddie Guerrero. And look, I love Rey, and I'm glad he had his championship moment, but considering the circumstances behind it, it's not a good look. Number 5, Alberto Del Rio in 2011. In the only 40-man Royal Rumble match, Alberto Del Rio came out on top, eliminating Santino Marella, in fact, to win the 2011 Royal Rumble match, and just didn't feel right, did it? Now, Alberto Del Rio was a really good heel, especially with his aristocratic, rich, screw the little guy type gimmick, but this victory just did not feel right. It did not feel at the right time. It just felt too soon, and for that, I could not get behind Del Rio winning this Royal Rumble match. Him winning this Royal Rumble match, considering how historic it was, and also considering he was Edge's final WrestleMania opponent, it was just a slap in the face, honestly, not just to me, but I feel like to Edge. Even though he had no idea it was going to be his last match at WrestleMania, he deserved such a better opponent for his final match. Number 4, Randy Orton in 2017. I did not have a problem with Randy Orton winning this match, just let me get that right off the bat. However, this is one of the worst winners in my opinion, because they completely screwed up with this entire storyline involving Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt should have won the Royal Rumble in 2017. Randy Orton should have won the Elimination Chamber and became the WWE Champion. Bray Wyatt should have been the babyface while Orton is the heel, and Bray Wyatt should have went on to WrestleMania 33 last year, beat Randy Orton, become WWE Champion, and become SmackDown Live's top babyface. But no, that is not what happened. The roles were completely mixed up, not the right way to go, and that is why Randy Orton is one of the worst Royal Rumble match winners in history. I don't have a problem with Randy Orton. I don't have a problem with the fact that he won. I have a problem with WWE for screwing all this up. Yeah. Number 3, Batista in 2014. There have been some very, very questionable Royal Rumble winner decisions in the past 5 years, and Batista is definitely one of them. When Batista returned to the WWE in 2014, he was instantly booked as the favorite to win the Royal Rumble match. In fact, he wasn't even supposed to return until the Royal Rumble. But the fans absolutely did not want Batista winning this match. They wanted Daniel Bryan. They wanted Daniel Bryan in the main event of Mania, and they wanted him to win the Royal Rumble match. In this match, the 2014 Royal Rumble match, oh boy, one of the worst. They knew what was happening. We all knew Batista was winning, but there was that small glimmer of hope, that small glimmer, that maybe, just maybe, Daniel Bryan would show up. And when we got to number 30, Daniel Bryan is not in the match. Rey Mysterio comes out in number 30, and they just turned on Mysterio. Batista winning the Rumble was just an awful decision. Daniel Bryan, who fortunately made his way into the WrestleMania main event that year and got his WrestleMania moment, but he wasn't even supposed to be in it. Daniel Bryan should have won the Royal Rumble match this year, absolutely. But instead, Batista won it. The original plan was Batista versus Randy Orton in the main event of WrestleMania. Apparently, we're living in the early 2000s. So, this was a very questionable decision. It's a middle finger to the fans. This one is. And I'm never going to get over it. I just can't. Number 2, Roman Reigns in 2015. Oh, you thought it was going to be number 1, weren't you? Nope. No. Look, we knew immediately Roman Reigns was winning this Royal Rumble, much like Batista. We knew weeks in advance Reigns was winning this match, and what do you know? He won the match. Especially being in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, which is coincidentally where this year's Royal Rumble match is. By the way, Reigns is one of the favorites to win this match, so just throwing that out there. This was Roman Reigns' worst time in his career, because this was when he was pushed the biggest and the baddest and just over the top, and the fans just did not want it. They did not want Roman Reigns winning this Royal Rumble match, and we thought, oh hey, maybe Rusev can get in there and win it. Maybe Big Show and Kane were gonna win it. The fans wanted anything for Roman to be eliminated, but that was until our boy The Rock showed up and helped get rid of The Rock, gets rid of Kane. This was such a desperate attempt to get Roman Reigns over. It was sad. And again, Daniel Bryan probably should have won it that year, but instead Daniel Bryan only lasted 10 minutes, and when he was eliminated very early in the match, it was all downhill from there. And number 1, Mr. McMahon in 1999. There is no worse Royal Rumble match winner than Mr. McMahon in 1999. We question why the authority, such as Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, Shane McMahon, are super involved in storylines today. And that's because they learned from the very best in their father-in-law and their father, Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Mr. McMahon's ego showed the biggest and the strongest in his entire career during this Royal Rumble match, and it was to only fuel the Austin and McMahon rivalry. Now look, I understand things from a business perspective. That makes complete sense, because the Austin-McMahon rivalry was one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time, and it made them a lot of money. So I understand the business side of things, but you did not have to have yourself winning the Royal Rumble match. That was completely unnecessary, but that is the direction Mr. McMahon went. And fortunately, Steve Austin got his main event spot that year. But this was just a desperate attempt, to make some money and to continue a feud. If you wanted to do this, you should have just had Stone Cold Steve Austin win the Royal Rumble match. Or bear with me here, you could find another way to continue that rivalry and give someone more deserving and a legit wrestler and a star their moment. But of course, we're talking about Vince McMahon. Well, that's going to do it for me here. Those are my 10 worst Royal Rumble match winners in WWE history. Let me know who your 10 worst winners are in the comments below. But that's going to do it for me here. Before I go, do not forget to check out all the links in the description. You can follow us on Twitter. Go check out our Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter. You can follow Crazy Bill on Twitter. You can also go check out our Patreon if you are interested in helping us grow and giving you some more new content. But that is it. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you soon for another video. Take care. Goodbye.